cool program for new businesses from American One Credit Union Financial Wellness Manager Colin Martin and the Director of Lean Rocket Local from Lean Rocket Lab, Christy Myers. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We actually just went to that MIS Lights.
Oh, how was it?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
We went on the train even.
Had you ever done it before?
No, it was super cool.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It's amazing. It's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so easy.
I went a couple years ago, and how much it's expanded since then is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's awesome what they do out there.
Every year. They don't even know how many lights they have. There's so many.
A lot. All of them.
That's
Yeah, all of them.
Yep.
So both the American One and Lean Rocket Lab are teaming up. What's this Lean Rocket Local program, Christy?
Yeah, so we started it a couple of years ago, and it basically was an intent. So during COVID, Brandon and Ken, the two founders of the lab, they just recognized a need in the community of just how many entrepreneurs and how many people really wanted to start a business or even were like operating small businesses, but just didn't have the reasonable next steps of what to do and how to access capital. And so we decided to go ahead and make what's now called Local. And it really is just like an all-intensive way to help support local entrepreneurs. It's an application process, and we refer to them as fellows. And so we pick fellows every year. We've tried to pick 10 for the last 2 years, and we've successfly picked 11 both years. And
Well, I would say that's unsuccessfully picking.
Yeah. But, and so it really and truly, they go through boot camp, and then they get the goal is to prepare them and set them up to have all of the different pieces and parts that you need to be able to then apply for a loan, which we've been able to partner with American One on, which has been just really cool.
So, Colin, what is American One's interest in being part of Lean Rocket and Lean Rocket Local?
Yeah, so American One's known for being boldly generous and really supporting the financial wellness journey, and that's no different from the Local program. So Financial Wellness partners with Local to help provide a resource for the financial well-being of the fellows. So we actually help them on a personal side to try to get their credit reports built up, their cash flow documents, like Chrissy was saying. Really get all that in line to then help them get lendable by the end of the program.
And this is the first year that we've been doing this?
This is not. This is the second year.
We just graduated our second class of fellows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lean Rocket Lab, that's your whole thing, really, is helping businesses incubate, right?
That's great.
So this adds a little bit more support then?
Yes, that's correct. And they have to be in the Local program. They have to be local. Also, they have to be serving they have to be serving Jackson County, and it really is just like a more hands-on approach for our local entrepreneurs.
So we want local entrepreneur. They'd be essentially called entrepreneurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a couple examples of who some of these and what types of businesses that are in.
Sure.
Lean
Yeah,
Rocket
there
Local.
are several different industries that are represented. The ones that are probably most familiar with you and or your viewers are Five Forks, the cupcake and
Five
cake
Forks.
place. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The support of Local and American One, they were able to open the brick and mortar shop that they have now. Now one of your neighbors, Curiouser Clay and Eli.
Curiouser Clay.
Yep, opened up just down the street.
See, you were at the ribbon cutting. And
I
wondered, what are
was.
you doing at the ribbon cutting?
Yeah. Shorty's with Felicia, the food truck, and she is generally, whenever the food trucks come downtown, she's always, and so the support of this program has been able to help her buy a truck, and she has a food truck. Burnt Honey, if you haven't had, if you live in or are near the Spring Arbor, he does barbecue that's so good, and he will often set up his food truck in front of Hutch's. I've been known to stop there a time or two, but get these loaded
What's the name of
fries.
it?
Burnt Honey.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
It's
yeah.
delicious.
It is delicious.
I don't even love barbecue, and I have found a love for whatever these loaded fries are. And then Baby Burger. the hamburger place. We've had several event planners come through the program. We've had Service Alliance brand. They're a contractor. They can help really build your home or be like a handyman inside of your home. And so really we've had a lot of different industries that have been represented. We have a hair salon,
So you
A
guys
daycare.
a daycare.
Daycare.
Yeah, so Gems of
Daycare.
Jackson
Yeah.
actually is one of the most interesting ones. They're actually our first nonprofit that we help support, and they are the first 24-hour childcare in Jackson. And she has opened one and is actually considering opening a second here in the city. In the area. I don't know. I don't want to say that it's in Jackson, but so her name is Victoria. Has just like she's done an amazing job working alongside the state and just helping solve a huge need.
Yeah, definitely a huge need. So do the fellows, they get this special help and opportunity for money. What do they have something that they have to bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's an extensive boot camp. I mean, the things that they learn and the things they go through during this boot camp, it's like an 8-week, 8 sessions, classes that they go through. And in these classes, they learn cash flow documents, preparing a budget, even down to like the business plan itself, critiquing that and working on that. They put a ton of work into this, and the local team is there to support every step of the way. I attended every single boot camp, and the things I've learned just sitting in there is just tremendous. So they have a lot of resources available to them being in this boot camp process.
So you have 11 that successfully applied, been accepted as fellows. So you do some sort of a screening process. So you don't want to take on a business that doesn't have a potential for being successful.
That's correct. Yeah, they go through an entire interview process, and they have to come in and interview in front of a panel, and then they just tell us about kind of where they're headed and what their goals are, and then we select based on just where they are in the process and where we see that the support we offer could really help them.
It sounds like Shark Tank.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like it. And they do. A lot of the fellows, even when they're interviewing, at Shark Tank, if they're like doing a drink or if they're doing something and they bring a sample, our bellies are full on interview day. It's a lot of fun.
It seems like a lot of the businesses or businesses to be are selected in part for community support. You've mentioned several businesses that need consumers local to support for their success. Is that by design?
I think that's part of the heart of just making sure that they are serving or they are located in Jackson County, is to make sure that they can be both supported and supporting the local community.
So it's a badge of honor to be selected, and then consumers feel like they're doing more than just buying a product.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like with the holidays coming up, buy gifts local. I mean, support your local economy. I mean, I know people talk about that and you preach it, and the more we support our local fellows, the better off our community thrives. So being able to see what they do, I mean, whether it's decorating, if you want to do a little construction on your house, if you just want your kids to get away for a little while you wrap your presents, I mean, there's opportunities out there that our fellows have masked.
I believe this past Saturday for Christmas in the city, in Lean Rocket Lab, you had the Zero Bar.
Zero Bar,
Yeah.
The Zero
we
Bar.
sure did.
Zero Bar.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep. And they were one of our fellows as well.
Are they current?
They just graduated in our
okay.
second class. Yep.
Now, financial wellness, you're manager of financial wellness at American One. How does financial wellness at American One support the fellows program?
Yeah, so like I sat in every single boot camp, so we really get to know the fellows. When we look at doing lending, we don't look at just the numbers. We look at the individual, where they're going, their plans. So really, we get to support them from day one. So they go through the process of applying, they go through the interview panel, they get selected, and then we're there every step of the way where we get to say, okay, well, if you have any questions, we're there Or if you're needing us to look over your different documents, we can take a look at those as well. So with American One being really big into financial wellness and supporting it in our communities, it was an easy match with the local program and what they were doing.
Yeah, you hear these statistics that a certain percentage of new businesses fail within the first year.
Yeah.
And in some businesses like restaurants, it's
Yeah.
higher than
Yeah.
the average. So you want to avoid that. You want to
Yeah,
make sure
Some of them we measure success on suggesting to them that owning their own business maybe isn't the best route for them, and that they should be like inside of another company doing their skill or trade, and that's okay.
I like the commitment that you're asking of the fellows, because I know, and you probably hear about this, people that open a business on the side and they keep their real job, but on the side isn't enough really commitment or hours to be successful in many cases. You want more commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what are we going to do to get these fellows more publicity?
Well, over the next year, I think you'll get to see much more of them, get to meet
Absolutely.
them.
Yep. You get to meet every one of them. Yeah.
We'll be meeting them right here on JTV.
That's
yes,
right.
you will.
All
Yeah.
11?
I think that, I don't know that there's enough shows for how many fellows we have, but we're going to try and give you a good
We'll get 'em
plethora
all
of
in.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing that we saw even too, when someone applies for this program and say they don't get selected, we've had other fellows that have came back again for a second time when we say, hey, you just need to work on this little bit. The big thing is don't get discouraged. Like, you're starting this business because you love what you do and you have a passion for it. And we try to help support that as best as possible. So if you don't get approved the first time, they're going to help with suggestions on what you can work on. And then we've seen it where they come back to us the next year and they're ready to go.
Awesome.
So
All right,
Yeah.
we'll meet the Lean Rocket Local Fellows all next year right here on JTV. Well, great to see you both. Thanks for
Thanks for having us.
all you're doing for
Absolutely.
the fellows.
absolutely.
And
Thanks for having us.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas to you
Christmas.
too.
From Lean Rocket Local, the director, Christy Myers, and financial wellness manager at American One Credit Union, Colin Martin.